This is the plaintiff, Alicia Scott. She says she hired the defendant to wrap her pet grooming van with vinyl advertisements. And he botched the job. She wanted the wrap to be blue, and when she picked up the van, it was purple. Her business colors are blue, the color she chose, and when she demanded a refund, the defendant refused. She's suing for $6,000, the cost of the bungled job. This is the defendant, Sam. He says this woman was out to get him from the get-go. First, she customized the van so it was longer than standard, so that delayed him in getting the proper size wrap for it. In the middle of the job, she told him he was fired and demanded a refund. Then the next day, he was told to continue with the job. When she picked up the van, she said she didn't like the color and again demanded a refund. There's no reasoning with this woman. He's been in business since 2005, stands behind his work, and is refusing to give in to this woman's crazy demands. He's accused of getting it wrong.
All parties, please raise your right hand. You see it, come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Alicia Scott. You hired Sam's company to do a wrap around your Sprinter van. Okay, what's a Sprinter van?
It's a large Mercedes-Benz.
Really
commercial.
big.
It's
Big, and I mean, they actually have recreational vehicles inside that Sprinter van, or they have businesses. And you own a business, and what's your business?
A mobile pet groomer.
Mobile pet groomer. All right. So you hire him to do a wrap, and tell me what the wrap is. Actually, let me ask you, what is a wrap?
A wrap is vinyl graphics that's printed. It wraps around the vehicle, so it covers all the painted surfaces. And the idea of it is to advertise your business or to get a custom look.
So are the days of people painting letters, that's gone completely?
Gone, yeah.
Completely? Nobody does that anymore?
I haven't seen it for years.
Right. Okay. So the wrap goes across the entire paint job because it's that big an advertisement. Mm-hmm. Okay. So what went wrong?
So on December 12th, 2018, I met with Sam and discussed the design, the colors, everything that I wanted. He told me it was going to take 3 to 4 days. He asked me for the VIN number for my particular Sprinter.
Because you didn't bring the van in.
I didn't bring the van in.
And that was the first problem, because when you brought the VIN, the only thing he can do is look up the VIN, and the VIN has an original size to the van, but you apparently had it customized and large.
No, there's different types of Sprinter vans, so you can get.
But the VIN would account for that, wouldn't it?
It should.
Okay.
Yeah, what happened with that?
It doesn't. Usually it's for the chassis. So her van was actually extended another 2 foot over the biggest one they had.
Okay, but there are several models. So as it turns out, in the middle of the job, you realized it was the wrong size van.
And she never sent us an actual
Right, but she didn't do an aftermarket extension.
Yeah, the idea is the design.
Yeah, the idea is that you should have the van there. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so go ahead. You guys agree on a design?
No.
Did you bring anything with you to show the design that was agreed upon?
Yeah, so it took, I want to say, about 2 months or so to get exactly what I wanted. We went back and forth. We have the email, the whole thing about.
Can I see it?
And then the final design.
So we have a final design, and do we have a final picture or something graphic in here? Is this what was agreed upon?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So then what happens?
He told me it was going to take 3 to 4 days on December 18th. So I told him, well, I can't be out of work for 3 to 4 days. I am taking a trip in February, and I'll be gone 10 days, so you can do it then. So I dropped off February 6th. He said he was going to get started on it right away. So on Monday, the 11th, February 11th, I texted him. It's like, hey, how's everything going? I didn't get a response. After that, I asked my cousin to call the shop, and she did. I couldn't call because I was out of the country. And he told her that basically the van wouldn't be done until Wednesday. And that would have been fine had it not been going somewhere else. So I had a time.
What do you mean?
So I had my designer who designed the van was also going to do work while I was away. So he was going to pick up the van either Monday or Tuesday. And she spoke to one of their employees who was later identified as James. He didn't go into.
Okay, is your cousin here? Mm-hmm. Come on up. What was the conversation with James?
Well, I talked to him several times because I was talking to him and then calling and
When he
reporting back.
messed up, did he explain what messed up meant?
No. So
Did he mention that it was bigger? That
no,
the van
he
ended
didn't
up being
say that.
bigger?
So when I called the first time, he said that he didn't even know that it was supposed to be completed on Monday. So she was saying, well, if it's not going to be ready in that time frame, then can you just stop? Because she has somebody else who has to come and pick it up to do the other servicing. And so then
Yeah,
he
but by that point, there had been months of going back and forth. Were you asking for your money back at that point?
No.
Well, what was your plan, though?
I basically needed it to go to the designer. I was going to pay him for the work, for what he did.
You were going to pay
the
$6,000
design.
and
No.
not do?
No, I was going to pay him for
Yeah,
the design.
You wanted a refund. You wanted a partial refund,
Right.
and you were suggesting let's just resolve it
Yeah.
by whatever the partial refund was. I'll pay you for your work, but I'm going to the next place. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. So when I called back and I said, hey, well, can you just stop and not work on it anymore? And then he said, oh, no, we can't stop. Then he said that the truck was disassembled, the van was disassembled, and it would take at least 6 hours for them to put it back together. So then I was
Do you
confused.
disassemble the truck when you put the wrap on?
Only remove like door handles, anything
Yeah.
that gets in the way, like a little.
Okay. All right, so then somebody responds to your text.
No. 5 hours later, I texted him
And
telling
said?
him that, okay, well, the van has to go somewhere else. Just stop doing work on the van. I think you're very unprofessional by not responding to me.
Do you have your phone?
I do.
Yeah.
I do have my phone.
Okay. It's clear how you do business. This is completely unprofessional. You were paid to do a job. You informed me how long said job was going to take. Even gave a descriptive timeline. But now you are unreachable, and the project that I paid you $6,000 to complete is not completed when it's supposed to. Things come up, and when things change, you inform the person paying you. I want my van put back together and have it ready for pickup tomorrow at 12. You are fired, and I will get and I will get every dime that is owed to me. That's what you said? Mm-hmm. Okay. I hope you learn professionalism and how to address your customers in the future. Oh, you're kind of on fire on your text. To which he answers, sorry, but I can't deal with you anymore.
That was actually-
All right, so what's going on here then? On Wednesday, what
Just
happened?
one thing I want to say. When I said, sorry, I can't deal with you, right before that, I was so confused. I called her, and she just went off on me on the phone. She started with all her racist remarks and stuff. And I
Wait,
put,
what
sorry, I can't.
racist remark?
Well, first she said, I don't know how you Arab treat your women, but this is not the way you treat me here, and all that. At that point, my head was on fire. I just hang up the phone. I didn't want to deal
Did
with
you
it.
say that on the
No,
phone?
I did not.
Okay.
She did. She also said it the day she picked up to get the van. I have the video. Somebody was recording. We're going to call ICE on you. What
ends up happening? According to you, it's not ready Wednesday.
It is ready Wednesday.
Oh, it is ready
It's
Wednesday.
ready Wednesday. I come down in a Lyft, and as soon as I get out
A
the
Lyft
car,
being, car service?
like Uber, yeah.
Okay.
So I can see like when I get out the car that it's purple. So I go around with my flashlight, look at it, and it's purple. So when I go in, I don't know who Will is. I've never met him. So I walk in. Will greets me. He says, "Hey, I'm Will," and I'm like, "Hey, it's purple." And so he comes out, goes around it with his flashlight. He's like, it's a purplish blue. And I'm like, no, it's purple. And then I point out the chrome work that was supposed to be done on the grill. And he's like, well, that wasn't in the
What's
invoice.
chrome work that was supposed to be done on the grill?
It's in the proof. It's supposed to be a chrome gold grill with.
Whose pictures are these? These are your pictures? Is that what you're calling purple?
That looks blue from here, but that's not the color of the actual van. I have pictures of the actual van outside.
So there was supposed to be gold put on what? On the
grill and the
on the
M1.
actual grill?
The actual grill.
All right, is that in your invoice?
No,
Why not?
I don't know. He didn't put it in there when he wrote
Sam,
the
were you
invoice.
supposed to throw that
Your
in?
Honor, I was going to do that if we finish early. However, when she dropped off the van, because this rendering is based off a different van, her front grill is a different style. It's all made out of plastic.
Right, I know,
Plastic
but
is
were
not
you supposed
wrappable.
to do this, yes or no?
No. That was a complimentary, but after...
Yes, I know, but
It's
if
not
you
in the invoice.
hold it. If you give me an incentive to give you business because you're telling me I'm going to throw this in, and then because I'm nasty, you don't throw it in, that's what I'm asking. Is that what ended up happening?
Your Honor, it's not in the invoice. If
I know it's not in the invoice. And let me also let this be a lesson to anyone within the sound of my voice that even when something is complimentary, make sure that it's in the invoice if it's an incentive for you. No charge, N/C for the cost, but it should be in the invoice so that we don't come to that. But apparently you're agreeing that that's something you were supposed to include because it's in the darn rendering. All right. It's got a purpley hue to it.
Okay.
What's your response to that?
Well, when she came to pick it up Wednesday night, and in fact, if you I have an email that the next day we did talk about it. that if there was any issues with the color, we're willing to sit down and talk with her and figure out a solution. As long as she comes in respectfully without being all rude and
Tell me
loud.
about, I want to hear from both sides, and I want to hear from you first because you're the one who's the most insulted about it. I want to know what happened on the day she goes to pick up the van.
So when she comes to pick it up, she starts yelling, this is not what I paid for. This is not the colors I want.
What was she unhappy about?
She was claiming it's Lakers purple, the van. It's not. Okay, so the van was inside the shop the whole time. Maybe the lighting was different. So then we ask her, sign the release form that you're picking up your vehicle, and then you can take it. She doesn't want to sign. We explain to her, it doesn't mean
Let
you're
me see the release form.
So
Hand it to my bailiff.
in California, if you release a car without a customer signature, you might be responsible for something that happens.
All right, but hold on. This doesn't say anything about sign here that you picked up the item. It's disclaimers about a few things. If what you wanted was her to just sign a document saying she released the car, you could take a crayon and a toilet paper and write, I hereby acknowledge that I've picked up the car, and then everybody just hacks it out in court. But anyway, so go on. So she wouldn't sign it, and then what happens?
She called the police, and I blocked her with my truck, blocked her van, told her, you can't leave until you sign this. Okay. My whole goal was, once the police comes in, at least there's a credible person.
Right, because you don't want to be accused. If she won't sign it, if you don't sign something, she can't take the van, because then it's like, where's my van?
Yeah.
And you have no proof that she took it. Oh, of course, you could take your phone and video her taking it.
So as soon as the police came, I moved the truck. But before the police came, she called her friends. When her friends came down to our shop, they're all in the parking lot screaming, yelling. She's screaming and yelling. She's yelling on the top of her lungs. I don't have to keep anything down. It's embarrassing. All her friends are calling us terrorists. Go back to where you came from. One person.
You have a video of that?
Yes, it's on the iPad. That's her yelling.
That's me.
I'm not signing anything. Did you get your money? If you want me to sign something, give me my money back. Okay, so you have no legal right to keep it here. You got your money. So
I'm not keeping you here. I'm keeping your van.
I don't have to turn down anything.
And then she, over here, when they were holding her back down, or don't do it, baby girl, you can hear that. She was trying to attack me.
Go back home? That's her going, go back home. All right, turn it off. What do you mean by go back home?
So he was screaming that he was from Palestine. And he just kept screaming.
I didn't hear him scream he was from Palestine. He said he was from Oakland.
No, I didn't say, I'm not from Oakland. I didn't say that. That was their side saying they're from East Oakland. We were mocking them.
Okay,
we're not from Oakland.
That's what I thought. All right. You were present.
Yes.
Okay. Tell me what was being said.
Well, she was getting violent, then she ran up on him, and they were saying, go back home, and they said it to me also, and I'm not from, I'm Mexican-American, I'm from here.
Yeah.
And I told him that, you know? So I was pretty much trying to keep the peace, you know? It was getting really out of hand.
Ms. Scott, let me ask you a question. I know you're upset, and I know you paid a lot of money for the wrap, but when on God's green acres would it be appropriate to tell people go home?
So
right?
Can you play it back to where he was screaming that he was from Palestine, and that's exactly what when I said it after?
You can watch it all over. I promise you I did not say
Are you
that.
from Palestine?
I am.
Okay.
So how would I know
want to hear,
that?
no, go where she yells, go home. Yeah, stop. I already heard it. I heard, I'm from East Oakland. I'm from Palestine. I heard that.
She said, but they
Yeah,
started
I know, but don't tell me you didn't say I'm from Palestine. You did
maybe
say
it wasn't
I'm
me,
from Palestine.
Your
Well,
Honor.
then maybe
It could be
somebody else said it.
then.
I'm from East Oakland. I'm from Palestine. Go home. You know, look, it's so out of hand. It got so out of hand. Over what? Over the color of the wrap? You know, it's obvious that you're all going to end up in court at that point. So now let's take it from there.
Okay. So
After the police come, which is after this video's over, what happens?
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. I have a problem distinguishing purple from blue. So that's my question, and I'm going to you first because I believe you have both on.
Yeah.
Is purple a form of blue?
I don't think so. No. Turquoise is a part of green, but not. No.
Okay, you're blowing my mind right now. Is purple a form of blue?
No, I think purple is purple, blue is blue, not a form of it.
Okay, I'm going to go to blue here.
No, because like I'm wearing purple now, and blue's like a lighter color, and purple's like a cute royal color, so nope.
Okay, I'm thoroughly confused going inside the courtroom.
the police come, they make him move his vehicle, but they do not get my key back from him because they told me I needed to sign this disclaimer page. And I told them I wasn't signing it. So they leave, the police leave. I ended up calling my guy cousin, who comes and talks to them, and he gets my key from Will.
Did anybody sign anything saying,
No.
I picked up the... Okay,
The
so
cop even
anyway,
left.
you get the van. You have been working with that van since when?
Since I got it on the 13th
Of February?
of February.
Okay, the very next day, you send her a text?
An email.
Let me see the email. Alicia, we had a staff meeting about your van here this morning to discuss what happened last night. You were very racist to everyone here. After your actions from yesterday, the threats that you're from Oakland, we should go back where we came from. Something deserve any more of our time. However, from an ethical and professional business standpoint, if there is a concern about the color, we are willing to take a look at it. Let me know what you decide so we can set up a time and make further arrangements. Alicia responds, be very clear. I, Alicia Scott, never once used a racial slur to you. Yeah, you did. You said go home. You informed me that you had a video of that particular part of the ordeal from last night. If that is in fact true, then the truth should be revealed to you. The actions of everyone involved are their own. I am only responsible for my own in every situation I'm involved in. Until you're able to accept and admit the truth, there is no way this situation can be handled between myself and your company alone. Okay. So there was an effort to, let's try to correct this. And you didn't want to pursue that.
No, so I responded.
But how is it fair that you be driving around the van for 2 months and that you have the van and that you have a wrap work done on the van and that you get $6,000 back?
So I responded to his message. He never responded. I responded again to how he could resolve the issue.
See the attached pictures. The colors are incorrect. The details are missing, such as the chrome gold emblems and the chrome gold grille. Give me the defect above the windshield.
I took it to another wrap shop to determine the quality because I don't know anything about wrapping, so I don't know what is wrong, what's not. And I have a statement from them saying what's wrong.
Did you ever get any response to your February 18th?
I didn't.
They should have printed several samples for you to review before production. We also noticed there are many bad cuts and overlays on all four sides in various areas that you're already starting to lift and peel. This shouldn't be happening after 3 months. There should be no patches anywhere on this vehicle. Lastly, the inlay on the sides where the vinyl was removed, leaving that uneven white strip is about as amateur as one can get. Proper heat and use of premium vinyl allow for graphics to be sunk in and leave a much cleaner look. What is he talking about? They're calling as amateur as one can get.
No, I can challenge him on that.
I really feel like this crew was in over their heads with your project. Took complete advantage of you. Did you hire this guy?
No.
Did he change the vinyl?
No, he
Have you
hasn't
changed the vinyl?
No.
Have you done anything on this?
I haven't done anything.
All right. What do you propose to do to solve this case? Leave it to me, I can do that. But let's just say the next day calmer heads had prevailed and both of you all of a sudden became best friends and sat down. What would have happened?
Let's say the color was completely off. We would have ate the cost and rewrapped the blue portions of the van. But at this point, after the way she acted...
Oh, no, I'm not putting you two together. Don't worry about that.
So that was the intent of the email that we sent her the next day. I said, let's solve this before it gets any further. We're willing to come sit down with her.
And what about all the gold stuff that she also has a complaint about?
The gold, the rendering is a completely different grill than what she has on the actual car.
What difference does that make? In the rendering, it's gold, and you admitted that you were supposed to make it gold.
If we had enough time, I told her we'll...
What do you mean if we had enough time? There's no if we had enough time. You just said we'll throw in the gold, and then you didn't because she's telling you to go back to Palestine. I get it. Or she was nasty on the phone. I don't know how you treat your women, whatever it is. But you have no defense on that. So we know two things. The color's a little bit off, and the gold is missing. What's that worth?
Well, the gold is not on the invoice. I cannot put...
Yeah, but you and I both know, because you've admitted it, that you agreed that you would do it.
$20 for the gold.
What's the purple worth? I'm listening.
I don't know.
Can't you tell I'm listening?
Let's say it's half the wrap.
Which is what? I want an amount.
Materials, $3,500, say $1,750.
Do you have an estimate on what it would cost you to rewrap the blue parts again at a different at this guy's company, any company?
So the wrapping is in one piece. The different colors are together. They're not separated. They're not this part's wrapped and this part's wrapped. They're printed together.
Is that accurate that part of a wrap will be beige and blue?
On her wrap, they were printed, but it can be overlaid over it. You can separate the colors.
I don't know, but I don't know what you're saying. That's not separating the colors. That's overlaying over it. That's a different solution. I'm going to order the defendants to issue to you a partial refund. I'm going to order the defendants to issue a refund to you in the amount of $2,000. That's my verdict.
Well, this is quite a dispute. You heard the judge. She's ordered you to give her back $2,000. I'm not sure what she will do, but how do you feel about that?
I think it's fair that I don't have to deal with her anymore.
Yeah, the judge doesn't want you two together at all. I think that was good.
Yep.
She can't get the whole job redone for $2,000 somewhere else, can she?
Nope.
Yeah, that won't happen. Okay. Well, thank you very much.
All
You
right.
must sign some documents on your way out of the courtroom. Okay, Ms. Scott, the judge has ordered you to get a $2,000 refund. What do you do?
I take my money, I guess.
But I mean, will that rectify the situation in your mind?
No.
So what are you going to do?
What can I do?
That's what I'm asking
Okay,
you.
so I can't do anything. Thank you.
Okay. Well, that kind of brings this to a conclusion. She gets $2,000, but that's not enough to redo the van. What do you think, Harvey?
Okay, I mean, look, even if the color's just a little bit off, the fact is the plaintiff made it very clear what was desired here, and as a result, the plaintiff is entitled to get the bus rewrapped, and the defendant's going to have to pay.